It's my birthday. I turn the key, drop my tote on the kitchen chair, and kick off my flats. The apartment is quiet except for the rice cooker on keep warm and the fan in the corner that hums like it's thinking. I put my phone on the counter and see one new notification. Event. Family summer party. Sunday, 4 p.m. Notes. Wear white. Bring your helping hands. No, happy birthday, Lena. Not even a cake emoji. The invite photo is a gold banner with balloons and 2 champagne glasses. The caption says, celebrating Dad's promotion, Mom's volunteer award, and life. I stare at it and feel the same ache I've felt for years. Not sharp, just tired. Being invisible is heavy in a slow way. It sits on your shoulders and pretends to be a scarf. A minute later, a text from Mom. Sweetie, can you come early to set up chairs? You're good at that. White dress if you have one. I put the phone face down and let my hands do something simple. I wash the rice pot. I cut a slice of leftover chicken. I toss a salad. I eat standing up and watch the sun slide across the wall. When I finish, I open the drawer and take out a single cupcake I bought at lunch. Red velvet. 1 gold candle in the wrapper. I put the cupcake on a plate. I don't light it. This isn't the first year. Last year they forgot too, busy with Mateo's new car. The year before that, I blew out a candle in my apartment alone and got a belated text at 10:42 p.m. The year before that, we had a joint cake with a cousin's recital, and my name was spelled wrong. I kept telling myself it wasn't a big deal, but small cuts become a map if you trace them. I open the invite again and press RSVP. 3 options: yes, no, add a note. I choose yes, then add a note. I type vendor, caterer, invoice to follow. I don't let myself think too long. I press send. It's not a joke. It's a line. Mom replies almost fast enough to trip. Ha ha ha, you're funny. Bring your big serving spoon. Dad adds, we already hired food. I look at their messages and feel something settle in me. Not anger, clarity. I've always been the helper, the early one, the last to leave, the kid who learned where extra trash bags live and how to fold the good tablecloths. Helpful is not a bad thing, but there's helpful and there's being the free staff every time. There's helpful and there's forgotten. I call Nadia, my friend from my event days. We used to work weddings together and then sit in the parking lot with Siopao and laugh about the bouquet toss like we were on a show nobody else could see. She answers on the second ring. What's up? Want to help me bake? I say. For your birthday? For my birthday, I say, and for a message. Say no more, she says. I'll bring butter. While I wait, I pull out a notebook I keep for things I mean to say when I'm calm. The first page has 5 lines I wrote after my last birthday so I wouldn't forget what I promised myself. Ask early, or I might say no. If I'm working, I'm not a guest. If I'm a guest, I'm not the staff. If I do the work, I can send a small invoice. Please add my birthday to the calendar. I read the lines twice. They don't feel harsh. They feel tidy. Nadia arrives with butter, flour, sugar, and a grin that makes the room softer. Happy birthday, Morales, she says, hugging me. She pulls back and studies my face like a coach deciding if we run or stretch. Simple plan? Simple, I say. Basic sheet cake. Big letters on top. No tricks. 1 small cake for me. Good, she says. Simple is loud. We tie on aprons and set up like we've done 100 times. Nadia sifts flour. I crack eggs. We don't talk much at first. The whisk makes a steady sound. The oven ticks while it preheats. It feels like we're building a table instead of a fight. For the party cake, we choose vanilla because everyone eats it. We spread white buttercream until it looks like snow that decided to be smooth. I fill a piping bag and practice on parchment until my hand stops shaking. Then I pipe, slow and neat. Family supports. Family. I need support too. P.S. Today is my birthday. We stand back. Nadia nods. It's not mean, she says. It's just true. We make the small cake next. 6 inches. Chocolate. Mascarpone frosting like a cloud that thought about sugar and decided to be kind. No words. 1 gold candle. That one is for me. While the cake's cool, I print a 1-page card in big font and tape it inside the party cake box. My terms, short and clear. Ask early. No last minute. Can you handle everything? Not free. If I plan/serve, I'll send a small invoice. Remember me. Please add my birthday to the family calendar. 1 person, 1 role. If I'm a guest, I won't be staff. Be kind. No posts about me without asking. Nadia reads it. Clean, she says. If they argue with this, they're arguing with gravity. We pack plates, forks, a long knife, and my black button-down and pants. The same outfit I used to wear at events. I slide the little cake into a separate box. I write my name on a piece of tape. Lena-Dessert. Not because they need to see it, because I do. I shower. I braid my hair. I check my phone. Mom has sent a photo of white vases on the dining table, and the caption, "Isn't this fresh?" No, happy birthday. I don't answer. Before bed, I light the gold candle on the cupcake in my kitchen, sing in a whisper, and blow it out. The smoke makes a small gray curl and disappears. I wash the plate and put the candle back in the drawer. Tomorrow will be work, but it will be my choice. Sunday. I park behind the clubhouse and go in through the service door. The hallway smells like garlic, lemon, and bleach. The hired caterers, Giorgio's, are already a machine. The captain checks my tag in the dessert cart and waves me to the prep table. Inside the ballroom, everything is white. White dresses, white shirts, white flowers. It looks like a cloud decided to have a meeting. Mom floats between tables, smiling wide. Dad laughs near the windows with a group of Titos. Mateo tells a story with big hands that come close to a passing tray without noticing. A band tunes up in the corner. I stay in the kitchen. I'm not hiding. I'm working. I set the big sheet cake on a cart with a clean cloth. I put the small chocolate cake on a different tray. I tuck my 1-page terms card under the big cake box lid so it will be seen when someone looks for the knife. I lay out plates and forks. I line up napkins. I put my phone in my pocket and switch it to silent. At 4:50 p.m., the MC taps the mic. Cake time! I wheel the cart to the edge of the dance floor. The lights dip a little. Phones go up. The top of the cake faces the room. People lean in. They read. Family supports. Family. I need support too. P.S. Today is my birthday. The noise level drops in a way you can feel in your chest. A few titas do that laugh that isn't a laugh. Mom's smile freezes. Dad's eyes flick left like he's searching for a better angle. Mateo lifts his eyebrows, half joke, half warning. A few cousins look at me and then away like the sun came out too fast. The MC tries to smooth it. Creative design! Let's clap for our talented dessert artist. I don't wait for anyone to decide if clapping is safe. I keep my voice normal. It's okay, I say. I love you. I just need us to do better. I hand the knife to my parents. Go ahead, I say. Cut it. They cut the first slice together. People clap because clapping is a habit. I plate. I don't rush. I don't explain. I don't apologize. Aunt Liza edges close and leans in like she's telling me a secret. Isn't this a bit much? She whispers. I meet her eyes and then place a slice on a plate. A bit much, I say, is me setting up chairs, serving food, washing dishes, and going home without even one happy birthday. This is just words on buttercream. She takes her plate. She has nothing to say, so she says nothing. That's new. Mateo slides over, still smiling like he's on stage. "You made the party about you," he says under his breath. I place another slice on a plate and pass it to a server. "The cake is about me," I say. "The party is about Mom and Dad." "Both can be true." He blinks. I turn back to the cake and keep slicing. As people eat, the edge comes off. That's what sugar does. People joke again, but not as loud. They take photos, but not as many. The band starts a soft song. The volume of the room rises and falls in waves. I keep my head down and do the job I said I would do: serve the dessert. When plates run low and the tray is mostly crumbs, I step to the mic. I don't make a big show. I just tap once. "Quick toast," I say, keeping it short because short is clear. "Today is my birthday. If you want to share a slice with me, I have a small cake outside on the patio. 1 candle. No speeches." I set the mic down and roll the little chocolate cake out the side door to the patio. There's a metal table under a maple tree. The air is soft and smells like leaves in the lake. I set the cake down. I light the candle. I don't sing. I wait. The door opens. I don't look up right away. I focus on the cake and the flame. Then I hear a voice that always makes me feel 10 and held. "Happy birthday, Anak," says Mrs. Hernandez from 2 houses down from my parents. She kisses my cheek, soft as tissue. She was always the one who slipped me candy and told me to hide it in my pocket. She puts a tiny plate in my hand like it's a certificate. "You deserve a wish," she says. "Thank you," I say, and I mean the thank you in every direction. Cousin Andre comes next, quiet as always. He's the one who will drive you to the airport at 3 a.m. and say nothing about the time. He squeezes my shoulder. "I read the cake," he says. "It made sense." 2 younger cousins come, the ones who ask me about school and jobs and shoes. They giggle and make me blow the candle twice because the first time was too serious. We laugh. Nadia steps out, of course. She leans against the door with 2 forks and a look that says, "I'm here for however long you need me to be here." We cut neat wedges and eat. The chocolate is deep and steady. The frosting is light. We talk about nothing big: the band's playlist, the weather, the way the maple is just starting to think about fall at the edges. The door opens again. Mom stands there with a white envelope in her hand. She looks tired, not in a messy way, in a real way. She comes to the table and holds out the envelope. "For dessert," she says. Her voice is careful, like she doesn't want to step on a wire. I take it. It's a check. The amount isn't important. The point is that she didn't just expect me to work for free and smile. "Thank you," I say. She looks at the small cake. "Make a wish," she says. It's the first time she's said that to me in years. I already did when I lit it, but I do it again, because sometimes the simple thing matters more than the perfect thing. I blow it out. The smoke curls and disappears. I feel like I can breathe easier. Dad doesn't come outside. That's okay. Change doesn't run, it walks. Mateo opens the door, sees us, and closes it again. That's okay too. People arrive at truth at their own speed. We finish the small cake, wipe the table, and stand. I slide the envelope into my apron pocket. It feels like space for me, not just money. I help the catering captain collect plates and thank the servers, because the staff is the reason parties look easy. I go back to the kitchen, wash my knife, and say goodbye to the crew. Work is over. I leave through the same service door I came in. In the car, I sit for a minute and look at my hands. They smell like vanilla and soap. I text Mom. "Thank you for the check." She replies, "Of course." No heart, no flowers, just 2 words. They feel like a start. At home, I put the extra piece of chocolate cake in my fridge. I take the candle out of my pocket and lay it on the counter to cool. I change into soft clothes and sit. My phone buzzes. Cousin Andre. Proud of you. Mrs. Hernandez. Sleep well, Anak. Nadia. A photo of the cake slice with the caption, clean lines. Clean message. I wash the plate and put the candle back in the drawer. I close my eyes and say out loud, I did it. It doesn't sound dramatic. It sounds steady. 1 year passes in ordinary pieces. Work days, laundry, oil changes, a new plant I try not to kill, quiet Sundays with coffee, Thursdays that feel like both Monday and Friday. Boundaries don't make life magical. They make it breathable. A few things shift. Mom starts asking earlier. 2 months before a church fundraiser, she texts, "Can we book you for desserts? Budget is this. Date is this. If not, I'll ask someone else." She uses the word book now. It makes me smile. I say yes if I have space, and I send a small invoice. If I say no, she says, okay, and finds another plan. No guilt paragraphs. No, but you're so good at it. Just a plan. Dad takes longer, but one afternoon there's a bank notification. Received 4,600 pesos. Memo, tire. 2 years ago, I paid for his flat when he was on the side of the road and told me I was saving the day like usual. He never mentioned it again. I didn't nag. I wrote it down and let it be. And now, memo, tire, no extra words. That's fine. It's progress without glitter. Mateo texts on a Tuesday night. Sorry about last year? I was weird. It's not poetry. It's something. He sends a screenshot showing my birthday added to the shared family calendar with a cake emoji. He also shows up at my apartment with Halo Halo, knocks, and stands there like a kid who did something wrong and brought ice cream. We eat on the couch. He says, I'm trying. And I say, I see that. And that's the whole conversation we needed that night. At work, I get a small promotion. Not because of the cake, because I do my job. I treat it the same way. Clear expectations, clear yes, clear no. I stop saying yes to last-minute crunches just because I'm good at them. I help with a big campaign, and when it goes well, I write the thank you email to the team and include my own name in the list. It feels dorky and correct. I also say yes to 2 small weekend clients for cakes. Not a business, just something quiet that lets my hands make sense of things. Words on buttercream. I write in a notebook and smile at how that sounds like both a joke and a therapy note. When my next birthday comes around, it's simple on purpose. I don't wait to see who remembers first. I plan a small dinner at my apartment. I invite 6 people who have proven, by actions not just words, that they are my people. Nadia, cousin Andre, 2 work friends, my neighbor who waters plants when I travel, and Mrs. Hernandez, who brings cassava cake and a little bag of oranges for luck. I text the family too. I don't make it a test. I write, birthday dinner at my place, Saturday at 6. You're welcome to come. No gifts. If you can't, please text a greeting. I like words. Mom replies in 1 minute. We have Tito's party at 7. Can we stop by at 5 with something? I say yes. She shows up at 5 with ensaimada in a brown paper bag and a card that says, to Lena on your day. Inside the card are 5 lines she copied and edited in her own words from my term sheet. She underlined, ask early, and wrote, set reminders. She underlined 1 person, 1 role, and wrote, you're invited, not booked. I laugh and cry a little, which is a strange feeling. We drink iced tea. She stays for 20 minutes. She hugs me and leaves powder sugar on my shoulder. It feels like a real visit, not a performance. Dad doesn't come, but at noon I get a text. Happy birthday. 2 words. No punctuation. This time I don't scan it for love or lack. I reply, thank you. 2 words back. That's what we have today. That's okay. Mateo comes at 6:30, late and breathless, holding a small plant. Don't kill it, he says. And we laugh. He stays for cake and asks about my work like he cares. He doesn't make it about himself. He washes 3 plates without being asked. When he leaves, he says, I put your birthday on my phone too. Don't roll your eyes, I don't. I put my hand on his arm and say, good. He smiles like a kid again. The dinner is nothing fancy. Spaghetti, salad, garlic bread, a pitcher of calamansi juice. The cake is a plain yellow cake with chocolate frosting. No words on top. I light 1 candle because I like how it looks. Nadia makes me say a wish out loud, which feels strange and kind. I want more days that feel like this, I say. We clap, we eat, we play 3 rounds of a card game no one can remember the name of. People help clean in a way that doesn't feel like payment. It feels like normal. After everyone leaves, I wash the last pan and put the candle in the drawer with the others. I sit at the table with a piece of cake on a small plate and send 1 text to the family group. Thank you for the greetings. I had a good day. Some hearts pop up. A we love you from Mom. A thumbs up from Dad. A cake emoji from Mateo. I set the phone down and don't check it again. The next week, Mom asks if I can help with a church bake sale in 3 weeks. I can pay for ingredients and your time, she says. Awkward but trying. I say yes, and then I send a tiny invoice. She pays it the next day without a single joke about charging your own mother. That matters more than the amount. 2 months later, Dad calls about a family barbecue. Can you bring soda? He asks. Not food, just soda. He says it slowly, like he's trying a new path in a familiar forest. I say okay. I bring soda and cups. I sit at a table and talk to cousins. I leave when I say I will. No one tries to pull me into the kitchen to help just a little. When they do, I say, I'm a guest today, and they nod like that's a real sentence. It is. Not everything is smooth. Aunt Liza makes a comment once about our modern businesswoman charging for cake, and I say, yes, and then ask her how her back is. She blinks, then tells me, and we move on. A cousin posts a photo of me without asking, and I text, please take that down. Let's repost one I send. She says sorry and does. Not perfect. Better. On a Sunday afternoon in late summer, I take a walk by the same clubhouse patio where I rolled a cart last year. The maple tree is full and green, with just a touch of gold at the tips. A party is going on inside. I can hear a band through the glass, the bass thumping softly like a big, friendly heartbeat. I sit on the bench and watch the lake. I think about that cake and those words. They weren't clever. They weren't a trap. They were a line like a curb painted yellow so you don't park there without thinking. My phone buzzes. It's Mom. I put your birthday on the family calendar for next year with a cake emoji. Also, Tuesday at 7 is our call, yes? I type, yes, and for the first time the word doesn't feel like surrender. It feels like a choice I made. Another buzz. Dad. Need your opinion on a grill. Do you have time Wednesday? I write, 30 minutes. After 5, he says, okay. No lecture, no surprise visits, just a slot on a day. I smile because a calendar can be love in a square. One more. Mateo, a photo of a cake slice at a friend's party with a lopsided message on top. I'm trying. He wrote, look. Words on buttercream, I laugh out loud on the bench and write back, proud of you. He sends 3 eye-roll emojis and then a heart. I finish my walk and stop at the store for eggs and flour. At home, I bake a small cake for no reason. Chocolate. 1 layer. I frost it and take a picture and send it to no one. I put 1 candle in the drawer next to the others and drink tea while it cools. Here is what I know now. If they forget your birthday again, you don't have to swallow it and smile. You don't have to throw a scene either. You can write simple words on a simple cake and let people read. You can say, I love you. I need us to do better. And mean both parts. You can be helpful without disappearing. You can be kind without being the person who cleans up alone in the kitchen while everyone dances. You can also build your own day and invite people who show up when you're not carrying plates. I put the small cake in the fridge, rinse the bowl, and set the whisk on the rack to dry. I turn off the kitchen light and the fan. The apartment sounds like evening. The rice cooker is quiet. I sit on the couch and breathe. I don't need fireworks to feel seen. I need clear plans, simple words, and a candle I light on purpose, even if I'm the only one in the room.